Hi, this is Isabella and welcome to the Miss Success. Today we're gonna answer a question. Why do I think 2020 was a good year for all of us? Today I want to have a little bit more casual video and casual conversation with you guys. Why do I think 2020 was a good year for all of us? And why do I use past tense was, even though we are still in 2020, because I consider it pretty much finished and done. So in many of my videos I was saying something like, oh, even though 2020 was a difficult year for all of us, blah 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 blah. That's how I was starting my videos. And every single time I would do that, I was thinking to myself, like, why am I saying these things? Just because other people say it, I guess. So many people and the media are trying to tell us that 2020 is such a horrible year, and and I understand. Yes, it was for many people, especially those that got sick, that lost their lives. It's an incredible tragedy, but every single time I try to say it, something just hits my head and says, come on, what are you talking about? It's been such a great year for you. And for so many of us, I feel like whoever I meet, I never hear that 2020 was a difficult year or 2020 was such a horrible year. Everybody basically learned something from it. And that's my first point. So whether you had some good experiences or bad experiences, you have learned something new. You discovered something about yourself, right? It's like, for example, if you lost your job during this year, which happened to so many people I know, you had to basically, learn something new, learn new skills, and maybe change your profession completely, or you had to look for another job and you had to just force yourself to be more focused, more active in a job market, fight for that job to get it, or maybe you got even a better job. I know also people who lost their jobs but also got even better jobs than they would even think they could get. All the experiences in your life, whether you first think they're good or bad, they are all there for you. So remember that. It's all about how you look at it. No matter how difficult the experience is, it's not the end of the world. It's just the way you look at it. And whether you win or lose that experience is whether you realize that it is for you and it is there to teach you something. It is there for you to become better, to become more. I hope you know what I mean. I hope it makes sense. So even if you lost that job, you were forced to look for another one. Maybe you realize that your resume sucks. Maybe you realize that your education sucks, whatever. And I'm not, I'm all against all this BS education. I'm talking about the skills, the skill set you developed. Maybe it sucks. Maybe you have to learn much more than that. Maybe you have to learn something new. I feel like this year was a really productive one for all of us because of the whole experience related to coronavirus. All the changes forced us to think more, forced us to maybe reevaluate our mindset. Also, from a business standpoint, I really, really, really believe that every single crisis, whether it's just purely economic crisis, like crisis of 2008, or it's economic crisis or as a result of a situation like pandemic, both of these are huge opportunity. Whenever majority of people start panicking, this is an opportunity for you to start thinking and make some money. So what I mean by that? First of all, stock market. It's like the easiest way to make money during the economic crisis. So every single pretty much 10 to 12 years, we have a crisis. It's a bigger crisis, smaller crisis, whatever. But there is some kind of economic slowdown when the stock market goes dramatically down. That's exactly the time when you should buy stocks. Don't buy those stocks randomly, and don't do day trading. I mentioned that in the other video about what rich people buy that the poor don't. So it's not about day trading. It's about, first of all, getting to know the market, understanding what is the issue with the market and what was the reason for the slowdown, and then investing in what's solid but hurt by the crisis. And there were a couple companies right now that were hurting, and those companies would never get out of business. I invested in those companies. I know many people who invested in those companies, and I'm not talking about Bitcoin at all. Bitcoin is like a totally different game, and something that I'm kind of hesitating. You know, I'm like trying a little bit here and there, but I don't feel like I know it, so I don't trust it completely, even though it's doing great right now. But it's not predictable for me. It's not predictable enough, and I would be scared to invest more. So anyways, at that time you could basically invest in airlines, in cruises, right? These two were, I think initially they were the most affected ones. And right now, when you look at it, they are like triple the price comparing to what was in March. So just by following the simple rule of investing whenever there is an economic slowdown can give you literally extra money like that. And it's a very simple thing. And again, if you want me to talk more about that, I can record a separate video. You know, we always try to follow whatever media is selling us. We always try to follow the general trend about how difficult it's been, blah blah blah. Sometimes we try to play the victims here, and it doesn't help. It's so against. To me, honestly, it's been like one of the best years in my life. First of all, I had my baby in the beginning of the year. Then I found out that I'm pregnant again. So I'm gonna have 2 babies the same year. Yay, Irish twins. But so that's one thing. I bought my dream house. I started my business for good, and it's so far it's doing great. I've been happier. I'm happier than ever before. That's why, you know, to me saying that it's been such a difficult year, definitely it hasn't. And many of you can say, okay, yeah, you're lucky. No, I'm not lucky. I fought for it. I worked for it, put my mind into it, and hard work. Well, no, I shouldn't say hard work. Smart work behind it. This video was just a little bit of reflection and my opinion about what's happening right now. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Now, if you didn't subscribe to my channel, please subscribe, click the subscribe button, click the notification button, and hit the like button. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!